making his Huskies debut. Guys, give a warm welcome to Sean O'Day, everybody.
How's it going, guys? My name is Sean. This is the first time I told myself that I would do stand-up at least once in my life, so if it doesn't go well, I will kill myself, but that's okay.
This is your saw trap.
So my dad is legally blind, and I just want to complain about a joke that was made earlier. No. My name's Sean. I used to be a chemist, and now I'm a massage therapist. It's not really, it's kind of a long story. It's not that funny. I'll pick that up. I do have business cards on me. We can hand them out if you want. No hand jobs. I promise. I'm not that good at it anyway. I don't even like looking at my own penis. We'll just jump right into the joke. We got 5 minutes, and I really want to throw up already, so we'll move forward. The Jackass movies, I think, are trendsetters. I'm a huge fan of prop comedy, and I feel like the Jackass movies use their own bodies. Everyone in Jackass uses their own bodies as props. Huge fan of using your own body as props, which is why I took a blue chew 30 minutes before coming onto the stage. If anyone wants to play ring toss, call me in about 20 minutes. If you don't mind me getting a little political, I do have a little bit of a problem with the police. This problem that I have with the police is the same problem that I had with my father when I was a kid. I'm like trying my best. Why are you yelling at me? Really glad you guys laughed at that. I have a lot of friends who, I'm married, not a big issue for me, but I have a lot of friends who are having problems in the dating scene, and I feel like a lot of problems men have dating is that there's a disconnect between men and women. Men like to obfuscate a lot of their emotions with at least one layer of sarcasm, if not, we jack it up to like 10 or 12. You know, we say the most extreme shit to cover up all emotions because emotions are gay, and I'm not gay yet. I'm not gay. I don't have my emotions. So the problem with this is that women love sincerity. They don't just want, they need sincerity, they need emotional honesty. So if you can fake that, you can fuck all of them. One time in high school, I remember the rest of the jokes. One time in high school, actually for a good portion of high school, I was really into the Wii Fit. I did a lot of the push-ups, a lot of sit-ups, you know, the hula hoops. I was big into hula hoops. I worked out so much that I started like seeing muscles, you know, abs, biceps, stuff like that. I was doing a lot of push-ups. And one time in the lunchroom, I was talking about this, like, you know, I'm starting to see abs, I'm starting to feel pretty strong. And this girl, Janelle, a fucking bitch, was like, you don't have abs. It's like, yes I do, I have abs. So I like pulled out my shirt, I'll show my abs, whatever, and she goes, you only have those because you're skinny. And this is where my disdain for women started. Now, other minorities, you know, whatever, forget women, but other minorities, I'm kind of jealous. You know, Asians, blacks, Mexicans, they all seem to have a lot more fun than me. You know, I'm fucking white, I went to college, dude. I should be having the time of my life, but I'm just sad all the time. But, you know, if I woke up tomorrow and I was a white woman, I'd be a little disheartened, but I could make it work, right? But if I woke up and I saw in the mirror me as a black man, I'd be like, oh fuck, I forgot to wash this off again. I do not remember the other joke. I worked at a restaurant for about a year. Over this last year, I worked at a restaurant called Apex in Marlboro. We had this dude come in, 5 daughters. You know he wanted a son. 5 daughters. He came in with his wife. One of my coworkers said, 5 daughters, wow, that's crazy. He must have been bad to women in a past life. Bad to women. You guys heard this? You guys heard that if you're bad to women in a past life, you have a bunch of daughters? That's crazy. Right? Like, I mean, it kind of makes sense. There's some logic to it, but it makes me wonder, like, why are all my kids Jews? I was driving on Route 9, I saw this huge Cybertruck, you know how big those things are, full of MAGA stickers. I don't know if you guys have heard of this, but Elon and Trump recently broke up, so that's kind of sad, right? I don't know if they're getting back together. But I saw this Cybertruck covered in MAGA stickers, and I was like, wow. And I pull up next to it at a red light, and it's a Mexican dude driving it. And I was like, oh fuck. this guy gets pulled over, he needs all his registrations, like every paper, right? Birth certificate, fucking driver's license. I recently read this article about the world's first openly autistic triathlete Ironman record holder. That's fucking crazy. If you guys don't know what a triathlete is or Ironman, it's like running, biking, swimming, and sometimes there's an obstacle course. And when I read this, I was like, that's fucking crazy. I thought you had to be autistic to do that shit. Well, I got one last joke. It's kind of a throwaway. I wrote it on the way here. It's, why do black people not like seals?
Why?
Because they always use the hard RR. Okay, yeah, I wrote down what he has to throw away. We'll do the bucket. Say the N-words. So. Sorry, but no, this one says iPhone, which is kind of the opposite. Is there a word? Is there like a is there little Asian kids that I can call them? I'm not gonna say that. I don't have a joke for the iPhone other than something completely racist. So we'll move on from that one. What time am I at? How much time am I at?
6.
6 minutes? Okay, that's good. I made it 6 minutes.
Keep it going for Sean O'Day, everybody. Smashing the debut. Yes, first time doing comedy?
Yeah.
Hell of a fun. Yes, that's exciting. Guys, I know it must be getting old now, but we have another.